it's actually something you should do all the time. But in a downturn, it's especially important. And the reason being is you need to take a look at your customer base and really define or determine what is the value of each one of your customers, your clients. Do your clients pay on time? Do you have pricing in place with certain clients that has been there for years and for whatever reason you haven't changed it? Do you have, pricing with certain clients that is underpriced because the service required to satisfy that customer, you've never priced that into the product or service. So you need to take a look at all those things and really categorize your customers as here's my A customers, my B customers, my C customers. Your A customers are your superstars, and those are the ones that provide you with a good amount of business. Maybe they're the ones that provide you with 60, 70% of your business, 80% of your business. So you want to focus them. Your A customers also pay on time. Your A customers understand that it's important for you as a provider of those services or products that you need to be profitable as well because they can't afford to lose you, and they'll respect that. So that's your A group. Your B group is almost your A group, but maybe they're a little slow in paying. Maybe their pricing is not exactly where it should be, but they're not far off the bat. Those are the ones that you want to work on during a downturn, just to move them up the ladder so that they become A customers as well. And you do that by working with them. You do that by again, meeting with them, understanding their needs, demonstrating how your services can help them, et cetera, et cetera. You're doing that with your A customers as well. And it's your C customers that you really need to take a hard look at. Do they pay, on time? Are they troublesome customers that, are, despite your best efforts or the best efforts of your staff, never seem to be satisfied? Are these the customers that bounce around and they just happen to be your customers right now? Or they're your sometimes customer. They buy from you sometimes, but they buy from others sometimes. They're just not loyal. Are they customers who you're trying to force fit your product or service to their needs and you're pricing it accordingly to, so that, you can say, oh, I've got that, customer, or that customer uses my services. When you boil that down, you're likely going to find out that those clients are not profitable. Those customers are not profitable for you, or they're cash flow negative. You're putting out more money to satisfy these customers than they're providing to you. And in a downturn, maybe it's time to prune the bush here and to basically say, you know what? I will reach out to them I never cut them off by just say, hey, you're not profitable. I don't want to work with you. But go back to them with a compelling proposal as to why certain aspects of the relationship have to change. And if they push back and say, no way, forget it, well, they're not really loyal customers. And do you really want to carry them into the future? And do you really want to weigh yourself down by having customers, that maybe provide you with 20% of your revenue, but are taking up 50% of your time and maybe 90% of your aggravation? So those are customers that, unless they react positively to the progressive proposal you put in front of them to move them up and to be able to provide them with good service, maybe it's time to say, you know what? Why don't you go into the market and find others who are willing to give away their products or give away their services? Because for me, that just doesn't make sense for my business model. So I think absolutely it's a great time to do that. It's always tough love, right, to do that because some of these customers may have been around for a while. Some of these customers may have been some of your original customers where for whatever reason you've never changed the pricing. Why? Because they've been around for 10 years and I love old Joe, So this is where you need to do some tough love and you really need to reflect and say, how can I improve this situation so that it makes sense for me and ultimately makes sense for that client?